Hello. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my sewing room. And it's Sandy here for another Wacky Wednesday. So I'm just waiting a minute to see who's going to come online. If there's anybody I see. Oh, there's Robin. Hi, Robin. So someone's online. Good to see you. All right. I know. Giving them another couple. Well, we're going to give them a full minute. So another 10 seconds, then we're going to get started. All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in, finding us here on Facebook or on YouTube, and welcome. And I see there's Robin now and Patty. Hi. Welcome to another week of Wacky Wednesday at my sewing room. And I'd like to thank everybody who comments, likes us, loves us, shares, and tunes in each week or watches later after it's been taped. I really appreciate that. I know we all do here at my sewing room. We're just letting you know that we're out here and we are here. So before I get started, I want to say I'm sorry I wasn't here last week. There was a family emergency and I had to fly to BC. And I just want to say thank you to all the staff at my sewing room, especially Anne and Michael, for letting me have the extra time off when I needed it. And I really appreciate that. But we are back now and we are ready. So this is Simple Summer Sewing with Sandy. And this is week 8. It's the Floral Bouquet Napkin. So here we are. Thanks, Rose. Thanks so much for liking my head thing. I thought last week, or I should say 2 weeks ago, I was very busy making a lovely table runner for the Thanksgiving dinner. And I was out in the wild hunting turkey. And I found all sorts of things except for the elusive turkey. Well, I did leave a nice little trail of breadcrumbs and spices and deliciousness, little onion, pecan, apple pieces, and darn if a turkey didn't follow me home. So the reason I'm sitting down is you can't see my turkey head if I'm standing up. So I'm sitting down for right now. Anyways, I'd like to make a shout out and a thank you to those people who've been watching. And that is Robin S., of course, Patty B., Rose L., Loanne F., Sandy A., Teresa S., Ann S., Gail V., Ann P-L., Billy P., and Jean and Maui Jim, Glenda and Mike, Mary Zed, Betty and Mark, and I wanted to do a special shout out today to Ruth C. and her granddaughter Jessie. She came into the store and left me a note and then came back this week again just to let me know that her granddaughter Jessie really wanted to make a table runner, and so she went online and watched my show for week 7, and they together came and got a kit, made the table runner, and had a wonderful time. And she came in especially to thank me for being the inspiration, and that's great. And I got to say that I really enjoy doing these things, and a lot of times it's inspiration because I want to inspire you, but also that you inspire me to do well. And I see a few more people coming online. Awesome. There's a Susan, there's Jay, Teresa S. is signed in, but I do want to say thank you to everyone who does sign in. Even if you don't comment, you stop at the store, let me know. Thank you so much for that. All right, so as I'm saying, we are now decorating our lovely Thanksgiving table. Last week was the table runner. This week we're going to make some napkins that go with us, and I tell you, this project is quite sweet. There's a couple of things that of course intrigued me to no end, but I really had a lot of fun making it. So let's have a look at what the project is. It is called the Floral Bouquet Napkin, and of course it's by the Quilt Company. So let me just show you that close up. There it is, the Floral Bouquet Napkin by the Quilt Company. It's only $2.50 for the pattern. We'll let you know that we have the pattern, or Miss Dawn has kitted these napkins for you, so you have a chance, yeah, just to come in and pick it all up in one go. All right, so what we're going to need for equipment today, of course, we're going to need our mat, our rotary cutter. We're going to need a ruler. We're also going to need our pins. We're going to need a marking pen of some sort. We need a little pair of scissors. We need our seam ripper in case we get really outrageously awful. We need some thread, and of course this time I used polyester thread. Gives that little stretch, especially if we're pulling on our napkins or we have to continually wash them. I made mine to kind of accent the pieces of fabric that I picked out. Measuring tape just in case. And the hardest thing is you got to make a circle. You know how I made the 6-inch circle on the scan and cut eventually? Well, this is a 20-inch circle, so it doesn't fit in the scan and cut. So we had to go looking. So I found a tray, or you can, and trace it, or you can use a string on a pencil on a little thumbtack and measure 10 inches and make a big circle. Anyways, I don't know how you do it, but you got to make yourself a circle template. My husband, of course, had out his compass again, and here we go with an extender, and away we go. We get a big circle. All right, so those are the things that we're going to need today, along with your sewing machine. I used my 1/4-inch piecing foot, and we need today our iron and setup. Okay. So those are the equipment that we are going to need right away. So I'm just going to slide my cutting board into position here and show you what we got. All right. So this is the pattern. The fabric that I selected was from the Autumn Bouquet. This is one of the lovely, gorgeous lines that we have at the store. It's very fallish and lovely, and I selected 2 different pieces, and I'll show you those in a moment. We also needed some thread, so I got us some thread here, Isacord colored, the pattern. And if, as I say, you would rather have this all kitted up, Miss Dawn has done that for you. The Floral Napkin Bouquet Napkins. And this package will make 4 napkins. It comes with the pattern, and it's $47.99 with the 2 fabrics that you need. So that kit is available if you'd rather do it, or if you have fabrics at home that you'd like to use, by all means, please do. So, big joke of the day. What's the ratio of a pumpkin's diameter to its circumference? Pumpkin pie. All right, so get us started on those Thanksgiving jokes. I'm going to turn to the top now, because the first thing you want to do is you want to get your 2 pieces of fabric. And I took the leaf one and then the solid one, because we want to kind of have it contrast a bit so you can see, you know, the fold, because it's the fold at the end that looks really pretty. Okay, so you're going to take your 2 pieces of fabric. They suggest you iron it down together, and then you take whatever container or circle or whatever gives you, they say a 20-inch circle. Her other pattern says 18. You can do them whatever size that you would like. So you take your circle of whatever, get your marking pen, and you make the circle around the outside. So these are 2 pieces of fabric stuck together, and then you do the circle. Okay, so here I go. I've got 2 pieces of fabric snug together. I've ironed them. I've got my circle. I'm just going to pin them in the middle so they don't shift around. And then, oh, shaky. Here comes the hard part. We take our little rotary cutter and we've got to cut it around this circle. So So we're going to get a big circle with two. You know, try and stay on the line is always good too. That would be good. You just keep going all around. You want to get a big circle. Try not to cut your fingers off. Remember, the circumference of that pumpkin is pumpkin pie. Deliciousness. Oh, and I have to show you something too, you guys. I can't believe it. I got a new gnome. I'll show you that in just a minute. All right, here we go. We're around the circle. We're going around the circle. There we go. One piece is off. Let's turn the board a little. I'm sorry if my turkey head was in the road. So whatever size you make this napkin is up to you. Whatever is a good size dinner napkin or whatever. Oh, I'm doing good. We're almost around, almost around. All right. Oh, we did it. We didn't even cut anything off. Oh, we didn't quite get through on some spots. So let's go back and try that again on that curve. There we go. Yeah, it's a little more difficult when you have two fabrics. Got to make sure we get through both of them on the same go. All right. All right, so now we have a big circle. Now this is where we get so excited. We get that other big ruler out here. This is actually 2 napkins. So we are going to fold it in half. And I'm actually going to press it to give us a little fold in the middle so we know what to cut. Just going to press that down a little. Okay, there we go. Open that back up. And we are going to cut that right down the center where that nice fold line is. So each of these is going to make 1 napkin. Okay? So we have these right sides together. If I didn't tell you that, sorry. Right sides together. All right. Make your circle. Cut it in half. All right. So now we're finished with our cutting tools. We don't need these anymore. We can put them aside. What we need now is our sewing machine. And what they ask us to do is to sew these guys, leaving a slight opening at the top of the fabric. So I'm just going to pin it here and pin it here. And that gives us an opening. So I'm going to start here and I'll sew all the way around and end at the other side. That's because we need to turn this inside out. All right, so I'm going to use the poly thread, and in this case it didn't really matter what color you did for this one, but I used the gold one later on. So I started at the first pin, did a back stitch, and went all the way around, 1/4 inch, all the way around the outside, pivoting at the corners, coming to the second pin, and I did a back stitch here so that as I turned this inside out, it didn't tug and rip it. Okay, so that's what your first job is, to take that to the sewing machine, both of these, and stitch them down. 1/4 inch seam. All right, poly thread, 1/4 inch seam. So here he is now. He's all stitched around the outside. I don't know if you can see this on the close-up, but he's all stitched. Starting up here, I stitched all the way around and down. Quick tip before you get started. Once you got that done, Dawn gave me a really good tip. She says, fold the top edge down that 1/4 inch on both sides and iron it flat, because then when you go to do your turning, this edge will be nice and even when we stitch it around. So remember Anne's trick. Put your thumb in that corner, fold the corner down, pull it through. Okay, and we're going to do that on the other side. Put your thumb in the corner, fold the fabric down. Okay, hold it tight, pull it through. All right, so now we've got this guy turned right side out. Okay, so use your little pokey pen to poke out any corners that we might have missed if we didn't get it tight. Okay, make sure you pull out the edge a little. So it kind of looks like a piece of watermelon now. And you'll notice that all of a sudden when I close it up, these two edges go smoothly together. There's no overlap. They're all ironed under, so when you put them together, sew them, they match up nicely. So now is the time that when you do your next piece of sewing is that to use your colorful thread, whether it coordinates, whether it matches, whether it disappears, whether you want to do a cute little decorative stitch. What I did was I just took my edge foot and went zip, 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 zip all the way around the outside. And when I went across here, it sealed that napkin, so it's done. So this is what he looks like, all finished, all stitched together. You need to talk to me for a few minutes, so because we're almost done this project. That's how quick this is. All right, so I have to tell you that what do you get when you drop a pumpkin? Squash. Woo! Oh, I was going to show you my new gnome, wasn't I? All right, I'd like to introduce you to my newest gnome. Her name is Erica, and I'll give you a close-up of her. She's a very fall festive little gnome with her dotty hat, her little sunflower, and she's got a pumpkin. But under here, this isn't a beard, it's her hair. And she's got two little ponytail, or pigtails, I guess they are, sticking out. And she's got the longest, cutest little legs with little feet. So this, everyone, is Erica. And she is my latest, newest addition to the gnome family. Yay! So that's Erica. She's coming. She's going to be center on the Thanksgiving table. Okay, now let's put her back. And let's find out, what do you call a very large pile of leaves? The Great Barrier Leaf. Yay! All right, now let's carry on to the next part of our puzzle. And again, I had to go to Dawn and I said to her, Dawn, I don't get it. They tell me to fold this here and fold this there and fan it out and whatnot. And she says, Sandy, it's easy. I said, how is that easy? She says, you lay it out and you make one fan fold. Okay. And then you make another fan fold. Okay. And then you fold a fan back and then you fold it again. And when you're done, you have something that looks like a little tree. And I said, wow. So the pattern is very specific for a 20-inch circle that you measure up 5 inches and then you fold it and then you flop it and fold it. We just did this. We just laid it on the table until we thought, okay, well, that looks about right for the first fold. Then, okay, well then keeping these edges nice and straight here, we folded it again. And we just kept folding to make the edges straight on both sides and folded. And then I actually just ironed it really well. That's him. I want to show you the other sample that hangs in the store. It's a little bit bigger, so maybe you can see it better. But she folded it once. And that gives you that first corner. Then she folded again along this line, keeping it nice and straight there. Okay, and then she folded it again. And then that's the line. Then she folded it one more time. And then she had enough room to make one more. And then when she was done, she pressed it firmly. So you got what looks like a little... The other side of this pattern calls it a Christmas tree. So these would also make really nice napkins for a Christmas table as well as for your Thanksgiving table. Now I made a different size than she did, so you can see these are probably more like a little napkin size for a little breakfast or for a luncheon. This is the dinner size. So you can make them any size you'd like. So you can make it shorter or taller or whatever you like. So that is really I think that was probably one of the most simple things, except for trying to find something that was a 20-inch circle and figuring out how to fan fold these. Other than that, they were just so slick. So now we have our Thanksgiving table ready. We have our table runner, we have our napkins, and in a few weeks we'll be having pumpkin pie and turkey maybe, or duck, or tofu burger, or what about that turducken where you put it all together? It would be just so cute. All right, so I told you about that. Did you hear the really bad, sad thing? What's worse than finding a worm in your apple? Finding only half a worm in your apple. Anyways, I have one more good one for you. All right, so why did the scarecrow win the Nobel Prize? Because he was outstanding in his field. And that, if you don't think that's a turkey joke, I don't know. Anyways, that's how you make the floral bouquet napkins. So next week when you come back, we're going down on the farm next week. We are going to make something called the easy mitered placemats. So these are the easy mitered placemats. It's the Quilt Company pattern. Again, $2.50. Only need 2 fabrics and a few other things as well, but we'll show you how to make this next week. So that's our next week. It will be the last of the Simple Summer Sewing with Sandy. It will be week number 9, and it will be the easy mitered placemats. So that's what's coming up next week for sewing. All right, I've got a couple of announcements for you. First off, tomorrow, you guys, tomorrow is Patchwork in Paradise. It's the first week, September 1st it starts. So they're going to send you out your novel, the first few chapters, the instructions. Our fabric kits are here. So Miss Nancy was kind enough to get them in the mail for those who needed them shipped. And the other ones are here ready for you to pick up. If you haven't picked it up, please come to the store and pick it up. Then it starts for the sew along part on September. Oh, I didn't write it down. I think it's the 20th. It is the 3rd Tuesday of the month. And that's a sew along with Barb. So that if you are already enrolled, great, we're ready to go. If not, you still have time. You still have time because we can make you a kit. We can get it to you, and then you don't sew until the 3rd Tuesday, so you've got some time. All right, so that if you were interested in doing Patchwork in Paradise, give us a call at the store. It's $299.99. That includes, plus tax, I should say, that includes the novel, the instructions, and your fabric. So it's a lot of fun. It's 12 weeks of sew along, and I know 2 of the staff are doing it for sure, and there's a lot of other wonderful people out there doing it with us. All right, so that's the Patchwork in Paradise. So the next one, of course, for sewing, if you're interested in sewing something fun, it's called Tools of the Trade. It's by Patty B. And that one, they're making a really cool tote that you can put all of your stuff in so that you can come to class, your mat, your ruler, your rotary cutter, your threads, everything. That one starts September 17th, and it runs the 23rd and the 24th as well. It goes from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and it's $250 plus tax. So that one would be a lot of fun too. So if you're interested in doing that one, please give us a call at the store. That would be great. I believe that there is one last spot in that one to come into the store to do. The others will opt to do it virtually. But those are the 2 new sewing classes that are coming starting tomorrow and on the 17th. Such excitement. So I'm hoping you're really enjoying some of our Facebook this last few weeks, with an emphasis on sewing. So I hope you enjoyed that. All right, everybody. Oh my goodness, don't tell me. I know it's kind of a short one today, but we did it. We sewed our floral napkins and we're ready for Wacky Wednesday next week for the end of the Simple Summer Sewing with Sandy. So in the meanwhile, I hope everyone is enjoying the heat wave. You know, I could cook my turkey without even having an oven on. Anyways, enjoy, keep cool, have a good week, and I will be back next Wednesday.